this week, you are going to be starting your assignment for the rest of the semester. This is your last assignment. So the first part is going to be preparation for a final monologue. So I'm calling it the quarantine monologue. A couple of the choices you have are quarantine specific, so they're very fitting to what you're going through right now. But you have a lot of choices here. So you can choose any of the monologues from below. So the first two are specifically written for what you guys are going through right now in quarantine. But then the other ones are a little bit still recent, some of them, and fitting. Others are a little bit more of a challenge. So if you want more of a classic monologue, you have choices from like Secret Garden, Wizard of Oz, Pride and Prejudice, Anne of Green Gables. But again, there are just a lot of different choices. So read through those, find the one that fits you best. Then you are going to work on a character bio for the character that you are performing. So read through the monologue, whatever information you can gather from the actual text itself. Otherwise, you should be inferring it. And then you're going to start memorizing the monologue. Now, how you choose to memorize it is entirely up to you, but I have attached a video of me going through a couple specific strategies that work really well for monologues. Remember, a monologue is one person speaking, monologue. And so it's a little bit different than memorizing a scene. So feel free to use that strategy. As far as how you perform it, you have two choices. Remember, when you get to the point where you're ready to perform, you can either record it or you can perform it during a Zoom session. But we're not going to worry about performing until next week. So this week, you're just worrying about developing that character and memorizing the monologue. If you have any questions, please stop by the Zoom session on Mondays, Tuesdays, or Thursdays with questions. And then remember that you have the choice to either do this assignment, or you can come to both Zoom sessions on Wednesday and Friday and participate in the theater games instead. Now, since this assignment takes 2 weeks, this week's Zoom sessions for games, Wednesday and Friday, will just be for this week. Then next week, if you're still choosing to do the games instead, you'll need to come as well next week, Wednesday and Friday, to make up for the time. Okay? So let me know if you have any questions. So this week, there won't be anything necessarily to turn in other than your character bio, but you should be working on memorizing, because then next week, you're going to be working on finishing up memorizing, blocking your monologue, and then recording that performance. And again, next week, if you choose not to work on the monologue, then you will need to come on Wednesday and Friday and participate in the games instead. So please keep doing your daily journals, even in addition to this. Even if you're planning on coming to the games, you still need to do that daily journal. It's just a way for me to check in and see how you're doing. Okay? All right, have fun.